What's up, you guys? This is Roshni Sangvi. I'm a plant based sports nutritionist and a body transformation specialist. Today, we are going to talk about top 5 reasons to not include eggs in your diet. Now, I see a lot of people who come to me as new clients and potential clients who've been eating a lot of eggs as suggested by their nutritionists and dietitians, or they would have read online. But eggs are actually really bad for you, very very bad for you if you start researching about it. Let's discuss 5 reasons to never include eggs in your diet. Number 1, they are very very high in something called choline. Now initially, like a few 10 a decade or so back, the egg industry actually boasted of this. They said eggs are very high in choline and they're very very healthy and they're good for you. Choline is required for the body, so that is important. But eggs have choline in abundance, and this is not good, because when choline enters the body, your gut microbiome, that is the thousands and thousands of bacteria which live in your stomach, which live in your gut, they start converting this choline into something called TMA. TMA is taken up by the liver and converted into something called TMAO. TMO is very harmful for the body, and this came from what? Choline in the eggs. Even in meat, but in eggs, because eggs have abundant amount of choline. TMAO is responsible to reduce your HDL, which is your good cholesterol. It's also associated with heart attacks and heart diseases. It's extremely bad for you. High levels of TMAO in the body can do a lot of damage. That's one most important reason to not include eggs in your diet. TMA is also the reason for body odor. So people who have a lot of eggs, they smell funny. That's because of the TMAO content. Number 2, the most obvious one, is cholesterol. Eggs are very, very high in cholesterol. Your daily cholesterol intake should be about 300 mg, no more than that. But just one serving of egg has close to 300 mg. That's your daily intake of cholesterol. So if you have like one egg a day, you can't have anything else which is high in cholesterol, including oils and meat and dairy and none of those. It's very, very high content of cholesterol. But I remember, doing a workshop sometime back where I was talking about eggs and how bad they are because they're very high in saturated fats and cholesterol. And one of the participants got up and said, no, but the cholesterol coming from eggs is good for you. Where did he even get his research from? That was my first question, like, how can cholesterol be good for you? But the more and more I started digging about it, I found out that, did you know 60% of research done in the egg industry about eggs have been sponsored by egg industry? 60%. 60% of research articles which you read about eggs have been sponsored by someone who's benefiting from the egg industry. Just imagine that. That's a huge number. That's crazy. I was also listening to a YouTube video while preparing for this particular video, where I was listening to this doctor talking. He was a keto doctor talking pro eggs, and he said that your body makes about 3000 mg of cholesterol. What is another 300 mg going to do anyways? And this was like, I mean, even if you're going to talk for egg, why would you put it up like that? It's like saying you already smoke 2 packets of cigarettes a day. What would another half a pack do anyways? It's going to do harm. It's not good for you. Cholesterol is not good for you. Cholesterol coming from eggs is not good for you. Plus the 3000 mg of cholesterol which is produced by the body, that reacts differently from dietary cholesterol. Dietary cholesterol is not good for you. What it does, cholesterol is like this waxy kind of substance. So basically what it does is it's like sort of forms an internal layer inside your arteries and veins, which interfere with the blood flow. It interferes with glucose. It interferes with glucose absorption. It causes insulin resistance, leading to diabetes. It leads to heart attacks, hypertension, multiple other problems. So you don't want to eat food which is high in cholesterol. Eggs have a lot of cholesterol. They also have a lot of saturated fats. Your per day intake of saturated fats, as per American Dietetic Association, or any big giant, the people who decide what goes on your plate, anyone's going to tell you that you don't take more than 4 to 5 or like 5 to 6% of your daily calories coming in from saturated fats. 5 to 6% is the maximum limit. Only 1 to 2 servings of eggs have that much. That's your maximum limit. You don't take more than that. But only like for breakfast, you might be taking that much. And then throughout the day, you're taking much more. This is the second reason to avoid eggs. Number 3, it's called the perfect protein. What is this perfect protein? Like, honestly, just think about it. What do you mean by perfect protein? And the first thing I'm sure coming up to most of your minds is it's probably contains all amino acids because you read this somewhere that you should consume all amino acids. That's not true. Perfect protein is, honestly, if you had to pick one protein to be a perfect protein, now proteins are made of something called amino acids. Okay, the more chain of amino acids a food has, it's said to be better in protein content. There are technically 20 amino acids, 11 of which your body itself makes, so you don't have to get it from out. For the remaining 9, foods which have the most concentration is said to have the perfect protein. But among 9, one of the most important one is arginine. The reason arginine is important is because arginine sort of triggers your body's natural fat burning mechanism. It triggers the release of an hormone called AMPK, and AMPK helps your body burn more fat at rest. So, ideally, without burning muscle mass, this does not affect muscle mass, but it keeps your body fat percentage low, which is most important to you. Ideally, arginine should be the most perfect protein, but why is eggs said to be the most perfect proteins? Eggs do have a good concentration of amino acids, but when you look at food, you don't look at food by itself. Eggs have no fiber. Eggs have virtually very little or no nutrients and vitamins and minerals and none of those. No micronutrients. Eggs have just cholesterol. Eggs have proteins. But to absorb proteins in the body, you need carbohydrates. You need fiber. You need microvitamin. You need micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. Without this, proteins are not absorbed by the body. So if you look at like a meal by itself, you'd rather be getting your proteins from different sources like beans and pulses and broccoli and different things where you're getting the protein, but you're also getting fiber, you're also getting micronutrients, you're also getting minerals, you're getting so many other things besides just the protein contents, because just the protein content is anyways not absorbed by the body, so it's not really the perfect protein. If anything, it's really bad for you because protein content in eggs is so concentrated and so high that it leads to tumors inside the body, which comes to our next point. IGF, or insulin like growth factor, IGF-1. IGF-1 increases by the consumption of egg, increases really high. Now, IGF-1 has been associated with cancer. I'll give you an example how this works. If you have one cancer cell in the body, one single cell in the body which is bad, which is carcinogenic or cancerous, if you're going to put IGF to it, that one cell is going to multiply faster at a very fast pace into like multiple different types of cells. And you want to control the growth, not accelerate it. IGF accelerates the growth in the body. So the concentrated proteins in the eggs, which is known as ovalbumin, is not really perfect. It's high in bioavailability, but bioavailability not necessarily translate to it's good for the body, it's not good for the body. It's like telling you have cereals for breakfast every single day because they're high in fiber. Well, correct. Your cereals might be high in fiber, but with fiber, they have like 7 to 8 cans worth of sugar. So, is it really worth having cereals which have fiber but also have so much of sugar? Now, when you're having eggs in the name of proteins, you forget to take into account they have cholesterol, they have saturated fats, they have choline, they have all these things which are causing you diseases in the name of proteins. But you could also get these proteins from somewhere else. When I talk to someone, I'm saying don't have cereals because I can help you get fiber through other sources without the sugar. Why would you still continue having cereals? So why would you still continue having eggs in the name of perfect protein when you can get the same protein content somewhere else without all these side effects? And our last point, eggs have been associated with prostate cancer. How much? As little as 2.5 eggs per week. As little as 2.5 eggs per week. I'm going to repeat this because it's so shocking. Can increase your risk for prostate cancer by up to 7-fold, 7 times more risk to prostate cancer. And this is again to do with insulin like growth factor, previous points, IGF-1, because if you have one cancer cells and you continue, like putting fuel to fire, if you continue giving yourself more and more IGF-1 through food sources like eggs and also dairy, then that increases your risk of cancer. So think about it. I mean, you're trying to get these proteins and you're trying to get all these benefits in the name of health, but you're also, you're also risking yourself for so many diseases. And I don't think it's a wise choice to get your proteins from eggs when you could very well get it from other sources without all the side effects. So that's it. That was my, 5 points on why you should not consume eggs. This is Roshni Sangvi. Do follow me on Instagram, Facebook, leave a comment below, like this video, and please share it with a friend or family that might need to see this. Cheers, guys. Bye.